Good player ratings in that 1-1 draw at home to Wolves, and what was a poor performance overall by Tottenham. Good to get a point out of nothing, rather than nothing. But let's get straight into it. Player ratings for Vicario, I give a 5. Don't think it was his finest performance. I think at times with the crowd got on his back, his distribution was quite poor. Made a couple of good saves though. I don't think the goal was his fault. Really unlucky with that. But no, it wasn't of course his day, nor was it at all for anyone in Lily White. Jed Spencer give a 5. Definitely wasn't his game. I think he struggled. His first touch was poor. A couple of times drifting out of play. He really struggled to get into what I call that rhythm that Jed Spencer often does. But a couple of good tackles in there though. Better in the first half. Romero, I'll give a 7 rather. I thought his tackles were spot on. Even when we were struggling, 1-0 down in the game, and it just like 2-foot tackles. I was like, whoa, it's risky, and he gets it absolutely spot on. So 7, you could definitely go higher, I'd argue. Van der Ven, I'll go with an 8. He was the only one at times to put his head in there, get stuck in. He wasn't afraid, and his pace, his charging forward, I think he's really good. Both of the centre backs can hold their heads high. A Doggy, I'll give us 6. I think he's better in that first half. I think he's getting in good positions. I think his crosses were poor, if I'm honest with you. I like a Doggy. I think he's really good going forward, a lot better than he is defensively. However, that kind of what I call even end product, that final pass, that final cross wasn't there from a Doggy today. Bergvall, I'll give a 7. I think he's one of the better players on the pitch. Again, talk about holding his head high. Lucas Bergvall absolutely can. What a player he's been this season. I love his drop of the shoulder, looking to dictate. Again, it's not his finest performance, but he's one of the better ones on the pitch, without a doubt for me. Paulinho, I'll give an 8. Got his goal at the end where he took his shirt off. Have mixed thoughts about that overall, though. I think he's done that a lot in his career, especially for Fulham, when he did get those goals, I think, regardless of the scoreline. But, not a good look for when your rival fans are trying to say that Tottenham are treating it seriously. But I don't have a massive problem with it. I thought he played well at times as the number 6, a couple of times missed timing his tackle, but overall I think he's a really good number 6. What a signing he's been. Don't think we need to bend Graham Paulinho on the pitch, but Paulinho I thought was good, got that goal, and to be fair to Frank, I was saying, look, get him off, let's go more attacking. So that's why Frank's the manager and I'm not, because he goes and scores. Ben's got to give a 5, not his day. Hasn't found that attacking kind of full sort of pressing or anything he's really offered to the team since he got injured originally under Antonio Conte, which is a real shame. Then forward line, Mohamed Kudus, I'll give a 7. I think our game plan was mainly get the ball to him. He looked good, but at times in the end he was doubled up, tripled up on, and was running out of ideas. Sometimes he needs to keep it simple, move the ball a bit quicker. Well, I think Kudus needs to pass sometimes as well, accept help. Richarlison, I give a 4. Got absolutely no service, but needs to create service. Best strikers provide for themselves as well. Richarlison non-existent in this game. Simmons, I give a 5. Prefer him in the 10. Even in this game, no creativity or anything in the 10. Subs, Johnson, I give a 4. Didn't make an impact. Poros as well with a 4. Sarr did 7. Good assist for him. Really nice layoff. Odeberg, give a 5. Lots of runs. And Tell, give a 6. Looking bright. Those are your player ratings. What would you change?